Yo, what's up guys? Today I want to show you how you can install the new Windows 11 version of the FoxOS. And quickly before the video starts, I wanted to say that I will do all my tweaking content and tech related content on this channel. So on my main channel there will only be gaming content. Yeah, the process of installing the new FoxOS is pretty similar. I will show you everything step by step. I think it's really easy to follow this guide. So also I wanted to say that if we reach 1k subs on this channel, I want to do more exciting guides like a CPU overclock guide, which will give you the most performance out of everything you can do here, at least for games like Fortnite. Also, I'm gonna do a new GPU overclock guide with a new method if we reach 1k subs. So if you want to see more like that, consider to subscribe to this channel. So now let's get right into the guide. First of all, we're gonna start by downloading two things. For the first thing, you want to go in the FoxOS official Discord. There will be a link in the description. Also, if you have any questions, you can go into this Discord or into my Discord. There will also be a link in the description and you can ask them. On FoxOS Discord, you want to go to the downloads channel, as you can see, it's here. Then click on the drive link, click on download. Okay, now while we're waiting for it to download, you also want to download something called Rufus. Click on the link and you can download the standard version or the portable version. Doesn't matter, just go with the standard one. Okay, then just wait until both it is downloaded. Also, I will show you how to do a dual boot, so you will keep your current OS, which you can use for work or school, whatever, and you will have a separate OS just with FoxOS, which you will only use for gaming. Okay, now both is downloaded, so you want to open up Rufus. And for this guide you will need a USB stick to install FoxOS, so plug in your USB stick if you can. Then click on select, go in your download and select the FoxOS ISO you downloaded. So most of you should probably be on GPT, but if you don't know, I will show you how you can find out. Right click on your Windows symbol and go into disk management. Then select the disk you want to install FoxOS on, probably your OS disk. Click on properties, volumes, and as you can see my partition style is on GPT. If it says MBR, you want to go into Rufus and select MBR here. But for most of us, it should be GPT. Then just go click on Start. You can have these checked and then click on OK. Exit of disk management. And now we just wait until it's finished. So as you can see, it says ready now for me. So this means it's finished. You can close out of it. And now we want to create our second partition where we're going to install FoxOS on. So first of all, we're gonna disable system protection on our drive, so you don't have shrinking problems. And for that, you want to go into your settings, then click on system, scroll down to about, and here you want to click on system protection. In system protection, you want to select the drive where you're going to install FoxOS on. So probably it's your C drive. Then you want to click on it, configure and disable system protection. Then click on apply and on yes. Click on OK. Okay. Now to create the second partition, you want to go into disk management again. Scroll down to your C drive or whatever drive you're going to use. And as you can see, right now I have two partitions on this drive, but you probably have only one with your Windows install. You want to right click on this partition and go on shrink volume. So in here you want to type in how much space you want on your new partition for the FoxOS install. So for example, this is around 100 gigabytes, but you can type in whatever you want in here. If you want 200 gigabytes, 300 gigabytes, 400 gigabytes, doesn't matter. So I don't have my games installed on this drive, so I don't need that much space on here. And then you want to click on shrink. Then you have unlocated space and you want to right click and new simple volume. Here you want to click on next, next, and you can select any drive letter you want. Click on next. So here you can put in whatever name you want. So for example, FoxOS 23H2. But that doesn't matter, you can decide. Click on next and finish. So now you will have your two partitions in here, Windows 11 or Windows 10, what your current OS is, and your FoxOS partition. So now we are going to install our FoxOS onto this partition with our USB stick, and for that we want to boot into our USB stick, and to do that we want to go into our BIOS. So there's two methods I will show you to get into your BIOS. First of all, you can just click on restart and spam the delete key, which is the easiest way. Or I also have a command where you will get into BIOS as well. So for that, open your CMD as administrator. I will put the command in the description as well, or you can just type it in. This will just restart your PC and you will get right into your BIOS. So I will see you in the BIOS now. Okay, as you can see, I'm in my BIOS now. I have an Asus motherboard, so it will most likely look a bit different for you if you have MSI or Gigabyte. But we want to look for the same things. First of all, we want to disable our secure boot. To do that, in my case, it's under boot, and I have the secure boot option here, and I need to put my OS type on other OS. So for you guys, it could be that you have to disable your secure boot, put it on disable or something, but you will find it. Then you want to look for your boot option 1 and select the USB stick we just created with Rufus, and you want to go on boot option 1 and select it. After you have done that, you want to press F10, which will save your current settings, and then click on OK. Now you will boot into your USB stick because we made it bootable with Rufus. So as you can see, this is the loading screen. So in the installation screen, you just want to select your language. So in my case, German. Go on next, accept this. And now you want to select the partition we created, and I named it FoxOS 23H2. And then click on next, and it will install now. So as you can see, it just finished. And right now you just want to unplug your USB stick from your PC. So I unplugged it here. And now we can wait until it's restarting. And now you will see two boot options in which you can switch between on startup. So I will have 3, but you will only see 2. And you can just wait or press enter. And yeah, FoxOS will be the top one. So just press enter or wait, whatever. And it will restart again. Okay, and on reboot, just select the top one again. And now you will boot in FoxOS. Okay, so in this installation screen, just select your region and your keyboard layout. Skip. Now just wait. So here you can enter a name, put in whatever you want. Then click on next. You can enter a password if you want. I would not recommend that. Just click on next and wait. Now it will just apply the post install script which he made, and here you just wait until it's finished. Okay, here we will just wait because the PC will restart, and then you will see me on the desktop again, and we will install all the drivers and do all the tweaks. Okay, now I'm back on the desktop, and the only thing I did is install the GPU driver, but I will show you how you can do this right now. This is the first thing we will do. Also, I will show you every setting for the Epic Games Launcher and the Steam Launcher later as well. But first of all, we want to do some basic things. So if you don't have internet, there's a fix on it in this Discord. Just go into your CMD and type in this line and restart your PC, and you should have internet then. Okay, so now we will start with installing the GPU driver. For that you want to use nv-cleanstall. So double click on nv-cleanstall, then in here just select menu, select the driver version, select the newest desktop version, then click on next. And there's two ways we're going to install this driver. So the first method is without GeForce Experience, and the second one is with GeForce Experience. So you can have the shadow play feature with the clips. So if you don't want to use GeForce Experience, just click on next and don't select anything in here besides display driver. But if you want to use GeForce Experience, select GeForce Experience and Shadowplay, next, yes. So, and everything is checked you need for this. So then on next. Now you just need to wait. Okay, now we're in the next tab. And so the first method I will show you is the one without GeForce Experience. So for that you want to check the first three options, then check disable multiplane overlay and disable ANSYL. Show expert tweaks. In here you want to disable driver telemetry, enable message signaled interrupts, and disable HDCP. And one really important thing is to check both of these below. Okay, then just click on next and install. But in my case, I will install GeForce Experience and show you all the settings in there as well. So I don't want this. And it just looked like this, as you can see. Then just click on next and click on install. I already did it, so I can record. So for you, just click on it. Okay, then GeForce Experience will open up and I will show you all the settings. First of all, don't check this box and click on skip. Then go into your settings. In here, uncheck both of this. Then click on games and apps and remove all of this. Also uncheck this. And in Shield also uncheck this. Okay, now exit out of GeForce Experience. And don't need any clean install now, so I will just delete everything from this that I don't need right now. The next thing I like to do is go into my sound settings and go on more sound settings and right click on anything, and I want to uncheck show disabled devices, and then I want to disable everything I don't use, which is everything besides my microphone and headset. So I'm on the playback. I disable all of my monitor things. So I only have my headset here, and check that your hertz is correctly set. Click on OK. Then on the recording thing, do the same. Check your hertz. Okay, then you can exit out of it. So the next thing I want you to do is install a browser of your liking. I would recommend Brave or Firefox. So in my case, I like to use Firefox, so I will install Firefox. Okay, now I installed Firefox. So the next thing, just install VLC Media Player. So I don't need anything of this. Click on next, install, run, uncheck both of these and exit out of it. So I will just put everything away I don't need, so I can make it a bit more clear for you. So then before we start with the tweaking stuff, I want you to install your game launchers. So there's a folder on the desktop for all your game launchers. So as I said, I will show you the Epic Games settings and the Steam settings. So I will install both of them. Okay, let's just start with all the Steam settings. Go into Steam on the top left on settings, then go on interface. And I want to have my Steam open up in my library, so I will select this. Also, I want to enable the 24-hour clock. And here you want to uncheck everything, just like me. Then, of course, for the in-game tab, you can disable the overlay and stuff here if you want, but actually I don't care this much, so I will just have it enabled. And for remote play, just disable it, and that's it for the Steam settings, and you can exit out of Steam. Okay, now I'm in the Epic Games launcher. Click on the top right, go onto settings, and disable minimize the system tray when my computer starts. Allow installs and uncheck both of these notification stuff. And you can exit out of your Epic Games launcher. The next thing will be all the Discord settings. So go into your Discord, go on settings, go on game overlay, disable it here, just as me. I also like to disable the streamer mode. And under Windows settings, uncheck Open Discord on startup. And you want to go onto the Advanced tab and disable hardware acceleration. Click on yes. Discord will restart. And that's all the Discord settings. Now I like to free up my taskbar a bit. So unpin all the things I don't need. And now I will also show you the Spotify settings. So as you can see, I will show you everything you need. So you will have your maximum performance and beast amount of processes. So in Spotify, click on your settings, scroll down and disable hardware acceleration. Also here, select no. So Spotify won't open up on startup. Now we can exit out of Spotify. Now we will start with the tweaking stuff. So there's a tweaking folder here. Also you can just select this registry file real quick. And we'll start with the tweaking stuff. And we will start with the GPU folder. In here, of course, if you have AMD, there's a AMD folder here, but probably most of us have a NVIDIA graphics card, so just go into the NVIDIA folder and run all of these batch files. Then you want to go into the NVIDIA Profile Inspector folder, open up NVIDIA Profile Inspector and drag in the tweak profile into NVIDIA Profile Inspector, and now you can exit out of NVIDIA Profile Inspector. I will show you the settings real quick. So open up the control panel and enable developer settings, and I'd also like to disable the show notification tray icon. So in here, select the middle option, use the 3D image settings, because we will change the settings manually. Don't use the bottom option. Then you can go take me there, and everything should be set up correctly in here if you imported the Profile Inspector profile. So just double check with my settings. Okay, then go configure surround physics and select your graphics card here. Click on apply. For your resolution, of course, select your refresh rate for your monitor. And also another thing I like to do is I like to use the NVIDIA color settings and put this on full. I will do this for both of my monitors. Okay, then after doing that, go into the adjust desktop color settings, and I like to put my digital vibrance on 70%. So my game looks a bit more colorful. I like to do this only for my gaming monitor. Then go on adjust desktop size and position. If you use stretched in any game, you want to select full screen for your monitor, but if you play on native, just select no scaling on both of them. Then manage GPU performance counters. You want to allow access to the GPU performance counters to all users. I can't apply this right now because my recording will probably crash, but you want to apply this. Then go on adjust video color settings. And what I like to do is go with the NVIDIA color settings and click on advanced and put it on full with both my monitors. Then for adjust video image settings, I like to use the NVIDIA settings on both of them and uncheck everything here, just like this. Click on apply. Now you are done with the NVIDIA settings, and we can then the next thing I like to do is just go into the OC folder and install MSI Afterburner. Okay, then go into your downloads folder and extract it with 7-zip. Open up MSI Afterburner. And on the installation, I like to uncheck RiverTuner Statics server. I don't use this, so just uncheck it. Click on next and install it. Then uncheck show readme and run MSI Afterburner. And in here you can just put in your overclocks and stuff and save them to Profile 1. So right now I just for everyone that even if you don't have overclocks on your GPU, just max out the power limit and the temperature limit and save it to a profile like this. Also in the settings, never check for any updates and check these 3 things. Now you can just put in your overclocks and stuff. I won't do it right now, but you can do it. Then exit out of MSI Afterburner. Then go back into the tweaking folder. And what I like to do is go in the Miscellaneous folder and open up the MSI utility. And I like to check everything where there is a support mode MSI. So everything where there's a supported mode MSI, you can check it here, but sometimes there's a reason why it's unchecked. So if you're not sure, just leave it alone, but it should be fine if you check everything where it's supported MSI mode. Then click on apply and exit out of this. So for power plans, there is 2 power plans here. There's the standard power plan from CatGamer with idle enabled, and there's the power plan with idle disabled. So if you use this power plan, your CPU will run at 100% all the time, which could result in better latency, but also higher temps and maybe frame drops if you have really bad temps and stuff. So, but I like just to use the idle enabled mode power plan. Okay, then for the Win32 priority on this FoxOS 18 is the default. You can try different ones, and there's even an explanation here. I actually just would go with the default one. You can also try 26, but just use the default one if you don't know which is the best for you. Then go into the tweaks folder and in the network folder and apply network tweaks by ZOWIE. And also go into the browser tweaks and go into the folder which is for your browser. So in my case, I installed Firefox. Go into the folder and run everything that's in there. Then you can go back and you want to go into the mouse and keyboard folder. This should be disabled by default, but I just like to run this batch file again. Also, run this disable PNP power savings, where I right click and run with PowerShell. Then for mouse and keyboard data queue size, you want to use the same value. The default on FoxOS Windows 11 is 50, but I never had any problems with 25, so I just will use 25. But if you run into some problems, for example, while tabbing out of a game or something, everything will crash, whatever, just go back to 50. But in my case, I never had any problems with 25 and used 25 on both of them. I would not really recommend going even lower than that. Then for full screen exclusive, you can disable it here, but as you can see, it's by default disabled. So I don't need to do that. Then go into the drivers and services folder, into the device tweaks, then go into device cleanup, select device cleanup, click on devices, select all, click on devices again and remove selected. Okay, go back into services. In here, I like to disable this. You can see what breaks if you run this. So if you want to use your volume adjustment on keyboard, don't run this. Then go back to the drivers folders and I like to disable this driver. Okay, then on deep loaders, I only like to use the Spotify deep load. And going into autoruns, we just want to double click on autoruns, agree, click on logon. And I like to disable this Microsoft Edge stuff here. If you've done this, just exit out of autoruns. Also in this folder here, you have some useful shortcuts to everything like sound settings, date time, control panel, and restart into BIOS. So now I will just do some miscellaneous things, which is installing Start is Back, which is a better start menu for me, but it's just personal. So you can decide if you want to install that. So on Windows 11, it's actually called Start All Back. So click on the first link and download it here. Okay, now it's installed. And I will just go you through my settings I personally like. This is all personal preference. You can play with this. I like to use the proper Windows 11. And on Start menu, I like to have the search option enabled, and I like to disable my user account picture. For the taskbar, I like to always hide labels, so it looks a bit more cleaner. Then on tray icons, I like to always show all app icons. I like to use the Windows 10 flyout style, and I like to disable all of the things here I don't need, just like this. And for my search, I like to hide it. So for me, this looks a lot cleaner than before. For the Explorer, I like to use the Windows 11 command bar, and that's it for the Start All Back settings. And now just reboot your PC and you're finished. You can start playing all your games. installing them, whatever. Or you can also go into your settings and activate Windows if you want. But that's it for the guide. If you enjoyed the video, maybe leave a like, subscribe. Also go onto his Discord and my Discord. You can ask questions if you want. And also, if we reach 1k subs, I will do some overclocking guides for your CPU and GPU. So thanks for watching, guys. Tell me in the comments which guides you also want for, I don't know, some other custom OS versions like SpectreOS, XOS, or whatever. And I might build a video about that. So see you in the next video. Have a great day and bye.